The Baseball Hall of Fame adds living and non-living members every year, headlining the 2013 class of inductees.
For the first time in nearly 2 decades, no names will be added to the halls at Cooperstown.
No one will be inducted this year.
Nobody has been elected to the Hall of Fame in 2013.
For the first time since 1996, no living players will be inducted this year, due in part to the controversial steroid era in baseball. 3 non-living baseball members will be this year's class. But Director of Communications for the Hall, Craig Muter, says that the museum will still get about 300,000 yearly visitors.
The Hall of Fame is a great tourist driver and destination for Cooperstown, but we see people in this museum every day of the year, no matter who is elected on a given year.
And while most of the attention nationwide will be here at the Clark Sports Center for the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame ceremony on July 28th, it's here in the village of Cooperstown where the question is whether the economy will take a hit with no living former players being inducted.
This is going to be one of the worst.
Anna Nagrin works at the Factory Store and has seen a lack of tourism in Cooperstown for Hall of Fame weekend the past 3 years.
I can't see it getting any better with no live people. I mean, they do bring fans, and if they have no players, then fans don't come out.
A concern shared by Paul Russo, who owns Hey Get Ya Hot Dog on Main Street.
With no one getting in like this, I think it's going to be relatively devastating for the community. I can tell you that we make more money on like this Friday and Saturday of Hall of Fame weekend than we do the week prior combined.
But not everyone agrees.
About the opera, which is bad because I get a lot of business from the opera.
Vicky Gates works at Mickey's Place and owns a bed and breakfast in Cooperstown.
I don't believe most people on Main Street or those of us in accommodations rely on the Hall of Fame to make or break our season anymore, because you can't.
People have learned a long time ago not to depend on that for their business. I'm confident they'll survive.
Otsego town historian Tom Heitz has lived in Cooperstown for 30 years. He says there are other landmarks in the village that will bring tourism.
Cooperstown has a long history of being a tourist destination dating back to the 1830s and 40s even. I don't expect stores to be going into bankruptcy or anything. There's a lot of economic activity here that has nothing to do with baseball.
So should the village be concerned? Mayor Jeff Katz says profits from Hall of Fame weekend are just a little piece of the pie.
Induction is one weekend out of a busy season from Memorial Day to Labor Day.
According to Mayor Katz, sales tax increased by 3% during last year's Hall of Fame induction weekend, about $1 million in revenue for the village.
It's not going to go to zero. It'll probably go to 1.5. So people will see a little less business, but not crippling. I don't believe that.
His message to concerned shop owners?
It will not break the village. Cooperstown has tourists coming through our streets from Memorial Day to Labor Day, and on the whole, that is going to remain constant.
Cooperstown has done it before. Some say this year shouldn't be any different.
I don't understand why there's all this all of a sudden for this year, because the Hall of Fame has had years in the past historically where they haven't inducted anyone, and everybody has survived.
This year's an aberration. We'll live with it. It's not what we'd prefer, but it's not going to break us.
In Cooperstown, I'm Brian McLoone, NCC News.